But Ann said Fred would never go in. He'd take her over there and he'd sit in the car. He'd never go in. Well, I don't know why, but I don't know whether they asked me. I reckon they did if I wanted to go with them. I don't remember that part. I said, yeah, I'll go with you. Well, so I went in with Ann, see? And when we went in the living room, of course, they had kerosene light burning. Louise was sitting on the couch with some man. Of course, I didn't know the man at that time, you know.
Oh, she was popular. No,
and,
just kidding.
That was the first time I saw her, you know. Well, I remember Louise had some long hair, you know, that kind of appealed to me, you know.
Uh-huh.
And of course, it wasn't too light, you know, it had a sea, you know. And,
Yeah.
And so
Louise looked beautiful.
I didn't see Louise anymore until she went to Greensboro. And
You were thinking about her the whole time.
well, I don't remember really. Of course, thoughts could cross my mind.
I was just.
Yeah. But then she went to Greensboro and got a
Your
job.
arm might be in the way.
I remember one Sunday we were out, and we were on Bessemer Avenue, and a car coming past us. And Louis said that was, now I can't remember his name now. I think I remember hearing it called. He was a guard at the prison there.
Rick.
See, they had a prison there from, let's see, that old, I reckon it was old Winston Highway. Went through some place from Burlington there. Well, what was that place where you had to take, was that 87?
Yeah.
That you had to take?
Was his name Paul? His name was Paul?
Well, it seemed like his name was Paul something. Yeah. And in fact, you might have a Paul in your name, you know.
Yeah. That's how I kind of remember it. That's what I thought.
She said that was him, you know.
Yeah.
He was out looking for her, you know. Yeah. So that's the way it started, yeah.
So you don't mind healthy competition?
Well, that didn't bother me.
He didn't know about what I drank that night when we got married. He didn't know about that.
Donald was trying to celebrate. No. Donald was telling me about the night before.
It was this night. That was the night we got married.
The night y'all got married. Grandmother Smith used the same bowl she made your punch in for the wedding. She uses the same bowl to do washing of dishes. And by that night, she was already using the pan to wash dishes, and it was dark enough. Donald thought he was getting punch out of the bowl, and it was dishwater.
Well, they had more than one dish pan.
It was dark. He couldn't see very well.
Yeah, they had more than one dish pan. She had more than one dish pan.
More than one dish pan. Okay.
When Ann Carter was living, we used to go visit her a lot. And she was talking about the same, about how she met Howard, didn't she? And where she was working.
Yeah.
And when they lived up in Greensboro. But she was told us about that too. And that was, you know, she could remember real good, but that wasn't long before she fell. And she couldn't never be herself real good. But she used to remember well.
Yeah, she worked at Patterson's food store, didn't she? Ann did.
And did what now?
Worked at Patterson's, didn't she?
Ann Carter.
Did Ann Carter work at Patterson's food store?
Oh yeah, she was at Patterson's grocery store, yeah.
Well, what's she done? Howard and them raised garden stuff out there in the farm.
Yeah.
And they would bring stuff up there and they'd sell it to Patterson's. And that's how she met him, she said.
It's a small world.
She said Howard didn't turn her on much to start with. said she really wasn't impressed by him or something, but I don't remember what she did now.
he didn't give up. He went right to see her pretty quick.
Oh,
didn't he?
yeah.
I admire him for that.
He followed her
Does he
home.
understand that?
He wanted to see where she lived.
Does he understand
You're talking about Ann.
Ain't Ann, you ain't Florida.
And Carter.
That's how
For
she first
Howard?
met her.
Not Howard.
Yeah, we had two Howards in it. Carl and Howard Rogers both.
Ann Carter, the first time she saw her husband, Howard, she wasn't too impressed, but he really pursued her and won her over.
They met at Patterson.
And they met at your Patterson's, I guess it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know we had one employee there, Anna Layton was her name also, worked at Patterson. So, and she had a boyfriend at some college up north, and it seemed like somewhere in Virginia. Don't remember the place now. And I don't know. I went with him. Now Anna Layton, she was going to go see her boyfriend, you know, and we. The store stayed open until 7:30 on Saturday night. It was on Saturday night when we left there. And let's see, we had another guy with me, and we were sitting in the back seat, and it seemed like there was another woman there. Anna was driving the car, her daddy's car. And just after daybreak, for sunrise, we weren't too far from where we were going. And there was a car coming meeting us, and he was drunk. The guy was drunk, and hit the side of that car and took the back door off. And I didn't see the car coming. I knew when that door would come off, and I said that was the door. And so that other guy, I can't think of his name. We went out, and his car now, when he hit it, went over in a field.
Okay.
And of course, there wasn't any growth in the field. The roads were there, but there wasn't any growth there. Went over in the field, and so the other guy and I went, and we got that guy by the arm. We carried him, put him in that car between us, and carried him to the police station. And so they took that guy, the police did, and then Anna. The car wouldn't, that was on a Sunday morning. And we checked the place there about having it repaired, you know. They said it'd be Wednesday before they could get it finished, you know. And so the rest of them came back to Greensboro again, but I decided to stay there because Ann was by herself, you know. And so I decided to stay there, and I did. And I think I had to war Lottie about some money, you know. Because we had to have a motel room, you know. We had, of course, separate rooms. And so the car was fixed, but came back, and I don't know, about a week, I suppose, went by, and Anna Layton's daddy came into Patterson's department food store. And he wanted to pay me, you know, for, you know, expenses to stay with his daughter, you know. But I told him that was all right, so that's where I went, yeah.
Where was Lottie living at the time? Greensboro?
Yeah, she was in Greensboro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, she come to the wedding, didn't she?
She come for me?
She was the one that come to the wedding.
Lottie came to the wedding.
Why was she wedding?
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't really know.
One of them was, I know.
Gladys was from, I think, Asheboro. I think that's where she lived that time.
Well, your mom must have taken some photos of the wedding, or it was nighttime. You couldn't.
No, yeah. No,
You can't.
Many photos made then.
Oh, good.
Wasn't even no flash cameras in, I don't believe. Your mom always selling film off the Jackrabbit Company.
Oh yeah, Jackrabbit. I forgot about that company.
Yeah, I believe the Jackrabbit Company's
You
probably
know-
doing more film for anybody in the world.
I've always heard that
Well, you know, back in those days, I don't
women
think,
look much prettier on the candlelight or lamplight.
Ah.
That's what I've always heard.
Nowadays, they want a lot of light so they don't see the wrinkles. They want lots of light in their face.
But back in those days, the cameras didn't have the flashlights.
Yeah.
You know, and so with lamp lights, you know, you wouldn't get a good picture anyway.